there, welcome to my channel. I have 4 tower block DIYs for you today. The first DIY, you're going to need 2 tower blocks because you'll need 120 tower blocks altogether and some wood glue. I'm using the Dollar Tree Super Glue wood glue. Glue together 4 sets of 2. And then 8 sets of 3. And here I'm just making them into a U shape. And you notice I'm sticking the blocks on top of the set of 2 and not at the side, which is what I do later on for the bigger DIYs. And this wood round I got from Amazon, and it was in a pack of 12. I'll link it down below. But I'm just gluing it down in the middle, and then I glue the next one in the middle of the first one, and it's going to make a cross shape. And you want to try and make sure that everything is centered properly. And then I do the next one across diagonally. And I try and make sure like there's an even space between each of the tower blocks that's sticking up. You just have to eyeball it. And then I glued the next one right on the top of that smallest candle holder. So I'm just going to leave this dry now and then move on to the next one. So I made 4 more of those U shapes, and now I'm just gluing together 4 blocks on the wide side, and then I'm adding another block on each side of that so that it looks like this. And then I'm going to glue it to one of those wood rounds. So this time I glued it on going straight across the tower blocks like this. And then I glued them the same way as I did the last candle holder. If you want to, you could use 1 or 2 or more tower blocks for the sides of the U. I just chose to do 3 because I'm using candles from Dollar Tree and they fit in here perfect, by the way. And I thought that that looked best with them. So here I am, I'm just going to make the next one. I made 4 U shapes again, and now I am gluing together 6 sets of 2 tower blocks end to end. And then I'm going to glue them together like I did the last one. Now if I was going to make these again, I would probably make the second one with the 2 tower blocks like this, and then I would make the third one with maybe 4 or 5, just so the heights are more staggered. So I just glued that to the wood round. And then this time I glued them on diagonally to see what they looked like, and I think this looks better. So it's up to you. You can either glue them diagonally across the tower blocks on the bottom, or you can do it right across the tower blocks. It's up to you. So I'm just stacking them up again. This time I didn't wait for the glue to set between each one, but you should definitely do that. You can also paint them or stain them before you glue them together, if that's easier for you. And I stained it with some Early American wood stain by Minwax. And this is how they turned out. This is with the light on, obviously. And I love how they turned out. I might try paint them another colour to see what they look like. But I would definitely make them taller if I was going to make them again. And this is what they look like when the candles are switched on. I was going to say lit. And these are just the ones from Dollar Tree. DIY you need 104 tower blocks, so that's 2 packs of the 72 blocks, and then some wood glue, and then I made 8 sets of 2 tower blocks end to end, and I'm making the U shape again, but this time I am just gluing a tower block to each end of 4 of the pieces, and then I'm gluing this in the center as I can get it, and then I am just going to glue them and stack them up just like I did for the last DIY, and clean off as much excess glue as you can. Again, you could paint these before you glue them together, or you could paint them at this stage before you add the other tower blocks on. Now I am going to glue on the rest of the tower blocks, and I'm starting with the shortest one and then working my way up to the tallest piece. And you should let this all dry before you stick the other wood round on the top. But I'm impatient, so I didn't wait. So I'm just going to glue the other one on the top, and that's it for this part of the DIY. So the next part, you need 16 of these sets of 2 tower blocks, and then I made 4 U shapes, and you see that I stuck the tower blocks on the top and not the side of the bottom part. And I'm just going to stack it up and glue it the exact same as I did for the last one. So I'm doing the same design basically for each of these DIYs, but I just wanted to show you what the different sizes would look like and if you put them all together. I'm just going to add the last one, and then I'm going to glue the other tower blocks on the top, starting with the smallest one and working my way up to the biggest one. So you guys can paint these or stain these to whatever colour suits your decor, whatever colour is your favourite. I just did the antique wax because it's easier for me to just slap it on and leave it to dry. Painting them, I don't have time to paint all these things this time, so they're all just the one colour. Maybe I might go and paint over them when I have some time later and see what they look like in different colours. So here I'm just putting the top on, and that's the end of this part of the DIY. I have another 8 sets of 2 tower blocks, and then I have 8 sets of 3 tower blocks, and I'm making the 4 U shapes again. And then I'm just repeating what I did for the last 2 parts of the DIY. And the lighting is different in this because Fabian was taking pictures of the moon with my camera because it zooms all the way to the moon, and I didn't realise he changed the settings on it until I started editing the video, but you can still see what's going on. So I'm just finishing up with this DIY, and you can make these taller as well. You could make them more, you could do like the first one tower block at the side, and then 3 and then 5 if you wanted to. I'm making them into candle holders, but you could put wee mini plants on there or ornaments. You could also put something in the middle before you glue it, if you wanted to, but this is how they turned out. So you need 32 tower blocks for this DIY, so that's one box, and then some wood glue, and then I'm doing 8 sets of 3, so you can see which parts I filmed last by the lighting. And I'm making the 4 U shapes, but here I am sticking the tower blocks to the ends of the set of 3. Not on the top like I did the last one. It just depends on the size of your wood rounds. These are 7-inch wood rounds and they are from Walmart. And then I'm just doing the same thing I did for the other DIYs. It's just bigger this time. And this is going to be a riser because someone asked me about risers and I don't really ever make them, but I'm going to start making more. So now I am gluing it, but you have to glue it on the inside. And then this is 4 times the speed of what it actually is, so I do hold it for a few seconds for it to set. I'm gluing the top on now, and then I'm just going to turn it over so that it can dry. I decided to add some beads to this, and I will link them down below. You could also add beads to the candle holders if you wanted to. And I'm staining it with the Minwax Early American Wood Stain. And this is how it turned out. DIY, you need 56 blocks, so you just need 1 tower block pack and then some wood glue. And I'm making 4 sets of 3 tower blocks glued end to end. And then I make 8 sets of 4 tower blocks. And then I made 4 U shapes and I glued them on the outside of the tower blocks on the bottom. And then I got another 7-inch wood round and I'm just going to glue it exact same as I did all the other DIYs. To show you how it would look if I made it on a much bigger scale, you can of course use an even wider wood round if you wanted to. You could double up the blocks if you wanted to make it stronger. This into a plant stand, but I don't know if you doubled up the blocks, maybe you could make a wee side table, make it much taller. Or if you use a bigger wood round, you can make a wee side table. Also make this into a lantern, although if you get a battery off your candles, you could probably still change the batteries in it with it stuck inside. You could definitely switch it on and off. You could put some florals in here or some greenery. You could put a smaller wood round in it and then put an ornament inside or something if you wanted to. So here I have 4 sets of 3 tower blocks, and I see my mistake. I was gonna glue it on the very top there. So this time I'm turning it upside down. Oh no, I'm showing you here because it was easier. So I'm just gluing them and doing it from the tallest to the shortest this time because I'm doing it upside down. And there you go. I'm quickly showing you each time. Remember, this is 4 times the speed. 2, you could make more of the U shapes and fill in the gaps a wee bit. I'm not sure how that would look. I was going to try it, but this was my last 6 boxes of tower blocks. I have ordered 2 more cases, so I'm hoping they come next week because I still have tower block ideas. I don't know where they come from, but I still have plenty. So I'm just going to glue the bottom on now. Actually, that's the top. And I'm just cleaning up any glue. So here I am just going to glue on some beads just over each of those joins. You don't have to do this. You could put beads all the way down, or you could just put 1 bead on. It's up to you. You could even put different sizes of beads on and see what that looks like. So as usual, I didn't wait for the top to dry. I just got on with putting on the beads. But definitely make sure all your stuff dries properly before you move on to the next step. See, it's coming off there. It's because I'm impatient and I didn't wait. I just wanted to get finished for the video. So I thought I would just strengthen it up a wee bit. And I'm going to show you where I place these. These are underneath the lid. Well, not the lid, the top. Because you would see them on the bottom. You see where I placed them, and it just gives a wee bit extra support. You're not going to put nothing heavy on this anyway. And then I stained it with early American wood stain, and this is how it turned out. I love how it turned out. Let me know which of these is your favourite. Are you going to try making them? Which colours would you use? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!